Many of you already know what direct monitoring is, and you know how wonderful it can be. Speaking for myself, direct monitoring really helps me to sing in tune when I've got headphones on. There's just something about that little bit of latency that will screw me up. And so direct monitoring has really helped in that regard. The reason I bring it up is because direct monitoring in compatibility with the control room in Cubase is a bit of a tricky issue, because in 98% of the cases, it's not compatible with the control room in Cubase. A lot of audio interfaces can do direct monitoring, but only 2 of them can do direct monitoring with the control room. And those 2 are the Steinberg MR816 audio interface and the Steinberg UR824 audio interface, because those have been tightly integrated and specially engineered to work with Cubase and to work with the control room in Cubase and with the direct monitoring available on those interfaces. And so what really is happening is that inside Cubase, you're not sending the signal through Cubase with the Studio Sends. You're controlling the onboard mixer of the audio interface with the Studio Sends. With other audio interfaces, that isn't possible. And so it doesn't really matter, because people find ways, and some people even prefer to use their RME audio interfaces and use the external software that the RME provides to control that interface to set up their cue mixes for their performers and get direct monitoring used as a result. But if you want to be able to use the control room mixer and Studio Sends with direct monitoring, you kind of have to get one of those 2 audio interfaces. That said, I just thought I'd bring it up. I like to say that there's a difference between musicians and people who dabble in music, in that musicians tend to find a way to solve their problems so they can get the music done. The dabblers in music tend to think, why isn't it working correctly? And if you think that a lot, if you really are trying to get everything to work correctly all the time, you're really not going to get much done. So you just have to sort of, water off a duck's back and solve the problems, do the workarounds, and just make your music. Because there's lots of ways to do things. And there's lots of ways that things can screw up when you are working with even modern computers with DAWs. The challenges that manufacturers face in order to get all that compatible and working correctly all the time is just too much to overcome. So you just deal with it and move on. Finally, thank you for watching and listening to my tutorials. I hope that they were useful, and I hope I was clear without being too boring or repetitive. If you have any suggestions or praise or hate mail, you can always get in touch with me at scott@sldmusic.com, or my SoundCloud page, SLD Music, or my Facebook page, SLD Music. All of those will work. And I have ideas for further tutorials on the more advanced side, like maybe doing one on the MR816 audio interface, or maybe doing one on this full choral recording style that I have done a lot of. So if you have any other suggestions or want to see something specific, please let me know. And again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.